All right. We'll first start off tonight. We have a first scheduled public hearing for annexation of the 1,000 to 1,200 block of West Roosevelt. Is there anybody here to speak on behalf of this? You want to come on up?
Come on, Brady.
Come on, Brady. You got to get a mic.
Come on down.
I was just gonna ask, get that annexation done so we can build some houses back there.
Okay.
I'm not good at these formal meetings, I ain't gonna lie to nobody, so I'm all ears for questions.
Brady, how many homes are you planning? Right there.
There's
in the next
39 lots. Well, it'll be a 10, 12-year process
10, 12
getting
years,
there, yeah.
39
Yeah,
lots.
we'll be the ones building them. It's not planning on selling any lots, it's just,
And that'd be behind the old Walmart, right?
yes, sir. Yep, yep.
Are you gonna start right there on West
We're
Roosevelt?
gonna start right there on Roosevelt.
Those first lots?
Just start, like, I think there's 7 right up through there, and then that would not take no infrastructure. It'd just be more or less adding on. And then kind of, once we got them done, just work our way back in there. But,
Okay.
I got a question.
yeah,
With regard to Steve Payne, where are we on Roosevelt on the water problems there?
I'm not good at sharing.
I'm not aware of what water problems are you talking about as far as
Roosevelt's
services?
one of those streets that we talked about.
Down on the far end by the elementary school, that's where we're
Okay,
having
the
problems.
other end is fine?
Yes, ma'am. Up here behind Walmart's good to go.
Okay.
So, yeah. Thanks.
What,
Good question.
what we're looking at, it'd be a extension of Westwood. The lots are the same size, they're 30-acre lots. It'd be just your nice single-family homes, kind of, so.
Any other questions?
No, I don't have any.
Okay. Well, thanks, Brady.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it, Brady.
That'll end the public hearing for the annexation. Next up, we have the public hearing for the 2025 tax rate. This will be for the pro forma computation forms are prepared by the state auditor's office, transmitted to the Dent County clerk. The county clerk then certifies the agreed assessed valuation of the political subdivision with Dent County for the 2025 year. The prior year tax rate ceiling of 0.6750 was approved by the Board of Aldermen on August the 13th, 2024. Based on the current calculations, the state auditor's office has determined the 2025 tax rate to be 0.6780. Is there anyone here with us tonight to speak on behalf of this tax rate? All right. Well, that'll end this public hearing for the tax rate for 2025, and I'll call our annual meeting here tonight to order and ask everyone to please rise for Pledge of Allegiance and prayer. Our flag yet?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
John, if you'd lead us into prayer, please.
Heavenly Father, we just come to you now, Lord, and we thank you. We thank you for the grace and mercy that you show on all of us. We just ask that everything we do and say in this meeting brings honor and glory to you. In Jesus' name I pray.
Amen. All right, next up, roll call. I am present. Alderwoman Dent.
Here?
Alderman Kinsey.
Here.
Alderman Whalen.
Here.
Alderman Letchworth.
Here.
City Administrator Burbridge.
Present.
City Clerk Kohler.
Present.
City Attorney Weber.
Present.
Public Works Director Payne. Chief of Police Chase. Finance Director Stacy Houston. Economic Development Director Sutterfield. And we have Josh Hunt from the wastewater treatment. We have Jared Brown from our building and codes. And then we have Brent Young from the street department. I think that's all city staff's covered. Next up is the approval of tonight's agenda.
I move to approve tonight's agenda.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
At this time, I will call for the vote. Alderman Letchworth.
Yes.
Alderman Kinsey.
Yes.
Alderwoman Dent.
Yes.
And Alderman Whalen.
Yes.
Next item up is the approval of the consent agenda.
I make a motion, we approve the consent agenda for tonight.
Do I have a second?
I second the motion.
I will call for the vote. Alderman Whalen.
Yes.
Alderwoman Dent.
Yes.
Alderman Letchworth.
Yes.
Alderman Kinsey.
Yes.
Thank you. And I don't have anything for anybody for public comment tonight. Next up, board and committee appointments. Tonight, I have a list for board appointments for the Community Involvement Committee. And I will start off with my list of names. Julie Strebe, Henry Skip Doms, Roma Jones, Dylan McGinnis, Carly McGinnis, Dana Sandberg, Amber Harrison, Christina Sells, Trina Pott, and Jeanette White. This time, do I have a motion to accept my appointments?
I make a motion to accept your appointments for the boards of community, what is it, community
Community
involvement
involvement.
appointments.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right. This time I'll call for the vote. Alderman Letchworth.
Yes.
Alderman Kinsey.
Yes.
Alderwoman Dent.
Yes.
And Alderman Whalen.
No.
All right. Next up is the reading of bills. We have a first and second reading, and we'll start with bill number 3682.
Bill number 3682, an ordinance of the City of Salem, Missouri to establish a procedure to disclose potential conflicts of interest and substantial interest for certain municipal officials. Permission to read second reading by caption only.
Yes, please.
Bill number 3682, an ordinance of the City of Salem, Missouri to establish a procedure to disclose potential conflicts of interest and substantial interest for certain municipal officials.
Thank you.
And so on this one, we do this every third year. The Missouri Ethics Commission requires that we do this, and we have to have it adopted by September the 15th. And within 10 days of adoption, I have to have it sent to them.
Okay. Does the board have any questions? This time, do I have a motion for bill number 3682?
I'll make a motion to approve bill number 3682.
Do I have a second?
I'll second the motion for Bill 3682.
And I will call for the vote. Alderman Kinsey.
Yes.
Alderman Whalen.
Yes.
Alderwoman Dent.
Yes.
Alderman Letchworth.
Yes.
Next up is the first and second reading of bill number 3640, or 3684.
Bill number 3684, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute project change order number 1 with Midstate Pipeline Maintenance LLC for the wastewater treatment facility Phase 2A improvements. Permission to read second reading by caption only.
Yes, please.
Bill number 3684, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute project change order number 1 with Midstate Pipeline Maintenance LLC for the wastewater treatment facility Phase 2A improvements.
Thank you. Anyone from staff want to come up and speak to that? Steve?
Good evening, Mayor, Alderman. So basically, this Phase 2A was engineered out and plans were rolled out to contractors and bid on. And then we had the flood in November of last year that showed us that how bad the flood can be. You know, we were 4 feet over the oxidation ditch, which is unheard of. There's No one saw that coming. They don't, you know, that wasn't even 100-year flood level, I don't believe. I believe it exceeded that. So these plans, the change order 1 and 2 would elevate 2 different systems in there. The VFD controls for the platform inside the shop garage / garage, that's just to make sure that the future flood events don't get to that equipment, electronic equipment. And number 2 was the UV system, which is a very expensive system, and it's all on picture, if you will, this stage was your UV system on top of a concrete platform. We want to make sure it's elevated up and out of that flood zone. So
Well, UV lights are pretty expensive.
about $600 a bulb, wasn't it? $500 a bulb. So, you know, all that system is basically your UV system treats the effluent water as it goes out into Spring Creek to make sure it's safe. So,
Okay.
anybody have any questions?
Thanks,
I have
Ed.
none.
Okay, no, thanks.
All right, thank you, Steve. All right, at this time, do I have a motion for bill number 3683?
I make a motion we approve bill number 3684.
I second that motion. You can call for it when I got it. Sorry,
Well, 83, I thought we were 84.
84.
It's 84.
It's 84.
Is it 84? Okay. I'm skipping ahead then. All right, this time I'll call for the vote. Alderman Whalen,
Yes.
Alderman Letchworth,
Yes.
Alderman Kinsey,
Yes.
and Alderwoman Dent.
Yes.
All right, now we'll move on to the first reading of bill number 3683.
Bill number 3683, an ordinance levying for the year 2025 a tax of 67.80 cents upon each and every $100 assessed valuation of real estate and personal property within the corporate limits of the city of Salem, Missouri for general revenue purposes.
All right. Any questions?
No, I haven't.
No?
All right, well, we'll move right along. Next up is new miscellaneous business, it'll be the demolition policy.
Apologies, Carrie, I didn't mean to point at you. So as you can see, the demolition program has already been approved and in place. There are some minor changes that are being requested, and it's there in front of you in bolded letters, saying that under the current voluntary demolition, the costs are shared. And when it happens that way, then, and it involves a municipality, we have to do an inspection for asbestos. So that's costly, right? So this way, saying specific language saying that the city will cover the cost of the dumpsters, the transportation cost, and the tipping fees of the debris, then that eliminates that inspection necessary. So the recommendation of the staff is that you approve the voluntary demolition program as modified in the bold, using the bold type.
All right. Does the board have any questions?
Oh.
All right, do I have a motion for the demolition policy changes?
So we're adopting the new policy is what, if we were voting on, we're moving to make, to adopt.
Change the language? Yeah.
Is that-
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So to adopt these changes to the policy. So, and in addition to reducing the inspection, then there's not the abatement of asbestos that has to occur. And the distinction there is that if it's a government entity doing it, we have to go through all of those steps. If it's an individual homeowner who's doing a single home, they're not required to go through those steps. And so under this new proposal,
the homeowner would select their own contractor to perform the demolition activities, and they would pay the contractor. The city would pick up then the dumpsters and the tipping fees of the dump.
Is that a significant amount?
Yeah, we're estimating it could be about half of the total cost. It may not be exactly,
Right.
but that's why, yeah, we're going that route.
But that would expedite the process.
Yes, because we don't have to have the inspections, and there's no abatement of it. It's, yeah, it streamlines
Okay,
it.
I think it's wise.
So. Now, we would still require that the debris be taken to a landfill that would accept it as if it were hazardous,
Yeah,
and that just covers everybody.
okay,
Okay.
thank you.
All right, this time do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the voluntary demolition program policy as written here with the addition of the bold.
Do I have a second?
I'll second the motion.
At this time, I will call for the vote. Alderman Kinsey,
Yes.
Alderman Whalen,
Yes.
Alderman Letchworth,
Yes.
Alderwoman Dent.
Yes.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
Next item up is mobile home park license approval.
Jamie Cantrell's here to talk about what she has planned, but I thought before that I'd give you a little summary as to why we're doing it this way. Our codes are a little peculiar in that we don't have a zone in which mobile home or manufactured home parks are listed as allowed or permitted or conditional use or anything. Our mobile home park ordinance, manufactured home park ordinance just states that they had to be approved by the Board of Aldermen. So here we are tonight, and I've been talking with Jamie. She's got a layout of a piece of property that was formerly a mobile home park a few years ago over on Center Street. She's going to talk to you about her plans for that piece of property and look for your approval on that.
Okay.
Jared,
Jared, just a minute.
I
Yes.
looked up the code, and it was my understanding that only double wides were allowed in the city of Salem, but there's nothing in the code that says that. Is that correct?
On a residential lot, and the exception on that is for mobile home or manufactured home parks.
Okay.
Yep.
Hello, thank you guys for allowing us to come speak. This is my beautiful daughter-in-law, Kylie. You may know Legends Auto has moved into Salem. I don't know what street it's on, but Kylie is his wife. So we've been really excited to do some things in Salem. We started here about 5.5 years ago, and then COVID hit and got a little crazy. So we just kind of want to tell you a little bit about ourselves. I know mobile home parks have sometimes they can get a bad reputation, but we are super excited to make this really a unique experience and make it more of a community kind of thing. So we'll just kind of go through here. We've got some handouts to give you here as we go through, but this is not, we normally look like the picture on the right. If you want to fix, Sally, do you want me to?
Just let me know.
Just let you know, okay, yeah, we'll go through this kind of quick.
Oops.
Just to
Sorry.
kind of show you what we do, to let you know that we don't just want to take homes and throw them on a lot. We love to rehab. So this is a house I recently did in Washington, Missouri, a before and after. You can just kind of keep going, Sally. Same house. My daughter owns a tile company in Springfield, a wholesale tile company. So we love to tile. So we want to do all, tiled bathrooms. This is a home we just sold. It's over by Casey's on Warfel Street. So we just flipped this one and got it under contract in less than 24 hours. So here's some before and after pictures of that little place. We love to beautify projects. So they flipped several, I flipped several, not necessarily in Salem, but Rolla and St. James and Newburgh and Licking and Washington, all over. That's still the house over here in Salem. So this right here is a mobile home park in Rolla, Villa Mobile Home Park, and I have a unit there that I rent out. This was an old 85 home. I wish I had pictures of it, but I didn't. I just started in. So this is what it looks like after. I still have some painting to do on the back side, but just rented that one out. You can keep going with that one. Here's kind of, not really a before and after picture, but here's what I do to the inside. I put all new LVP tile or laminate flooring in those.
Okay.
We like bathrooms a lot. Okay, so here's some upcoming projects, hopefully. Sally, you can keep going. We do own this little house across from the furniture store that we've had renters in it before, and it's now empty. I'm kind of excited that it's empty, so we would like to Airbnb this one out and do some improvements with that one. So you'll see this one changing drastically in the next few months. We would like to call our mobile home park Center Village Square. So about 5.5 years ago, we bought, if you want to pause right there, Sally, we bought Center and Warfel. We bought some storage units out there on kind of close to Walmart, a couple houses. That was a foreclosure deal. Well, we were planning on doing a mobile home park. I was in front of you guys way back then in the other room, which is way less intimidating than this room. And you guys approved us to do a mobile home park for that, but then COVID hit and the prices of everything just went crazy. So the price of mobile homes, we were gonna put all new ones in there and they kind of went through the roof. We are just now at a point to where rent has come up to the point where it makes it feasible again. Okay. So we've already talked with some mobile home salespeople out of different areas. We think we're going with Richland, has a new mobile home manufacturing place that we can get our homes from. So we already have the financing in place. We already have the deals in place. Of course, we own the lot, so we've been maintaining it. We have drops for 8 water and sewer drops in there now. We've been in conversation with Jared about making sure we get the electric hooked up and all of that stuff ready to roll. We would like this mobile home park to be more upscale. We would like it to be more of an elderly or veterans retirement community. I can't guarantee that's what we're going to get, but that's what we want. If you kind of scroll through, we'll tell you a little bit about the village that we're going to do. We're going to do it in 4 phases because it will hold 18 units. It'll hold more, but we're going to space them out. Phase 1, we'd like to get 8 homes in, a combination of new and refurbished homes. This is kind of a site plan. You'll have to apologize. Jared said he needed it quick, so I graphed it out. You can see Warfel Street's at the top. Center is over here on the left-hand side. Eventually, we will put a paved drive in. The first time that we did this presentation, they said once we got all the homes in, it would then be a subdivision and we would need to pave the road. So we are willing to do that. Of course, right now, we have a gravel road in there. We'd get new gravel. The little black dots you can see are where the drops already are, the 8 water and sewer drops that we have. Okay. So that's how the layout would look. Up here on the right-hand corner, we do not own that. There's a tree line and there's a couple of other homes in there. Would love to own the whole block if those people would be willing to sell at some point. There's a little house in the far right corner that honestly needs to be torn down. I have a lady living in it, but it's just not worth rehabbing. So there's like a little creek thing kind of that runs through there if you're familiar with that. So on that left side, you will see later in this presentation, we would like to do a little, like a hall, like a building, like a community building for our renters that live there, to where they could do bingo, they could have maybe their family over for Thanksgiving. We'd put a little kitchenette in it, washer, dryer, just kind of a gathering spot, especially if we do it for elderly people. Okay, you can keep going with that. And those lines that I've drawn out, every square is 10 feet. So I've got on the state of Missouri side. I also work with the mobile home parks in Rolla. I'm a good friend with the lady that manages all those. And we kind of got what Rolla did, like they have to be so many feet away from the roadway. They have to be so many feet in between each unit. We have more than what is expected, I guess, more than what the norm is. So if it says it has to be 5 feet away from the road, we put it 10 feet away or 15 feet away. These are the new Champion homes that we would like to purchase. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom are very similar. You can look online and see what those look like. Here's the pier plan, so the mobile home manufacturer is willing to come in and pour the piers with that. Of course, we would have to work with the city to make sure that everything is up to code on those and make sure all the drainage works well, which so far I feel like everything's working well for it. So here's something new we want to do with our mobile home park is we not only have park rules and regulations, we also have a very strict rental contract. So this is an 8-page state standard rental contract that we both use for any of the rental properties we have around mid-Missouri. It is very, very specific. So I wish I could show you some of my rental homes. They are usually kept very nice. But along with that, we kind of want to make this an HOA. So I've been in contact with the State Department in Jefferson City. And I know it's unusual to do an HOA for a mobile home park, but we want to do that, and we would just say their deposit, like if they rent from us, their deposit is so much plus $50, that's the HOA. Does that make sense? That way we can have very strict requirements. So here's just a few things. I'm not going to read them all off. They are in this mobile home park proposal that Kylie and I printed out for you that has a whole lot more listed, like no outdoor patio furniture, no furniture outside or on the porch. They can't use their little deck for storage. We will build the decks, or the decks have to be approved by us. No swimming pools, trampolines, no junk outside. All vehicles have to be licensed. There have to be curtains up or mini blinds and not broken. Like, these are just things that we have for all of our rental properties anyway to make sure that we maintain quality homes. You can keep scrolling, Sally, thank you. The new homes that we bring in, we've upgraded to the 2x6 walls. They have front decks, upgraded cabinets, and an energy efficient furnace and ACs in the new ones that we're doing. You can get them lower grade, but we want to purchase the higher grade ones. They are going to have to rent out, fairly high. But again, that little one I showed you, I rent out in Rolla for $1,300 a month. So obviously in Salem, we might go a little lower. Now this is just something that I pulled out. Our park would look very similar to this, the first 8 homes, except the homes on the 2 sides would be slanted. You can look at the site plan, but ours would look very similar to that. So this is part of phase 2. I'm sorry, I put that extra slide in there, and Sally, I was not going to send it to you a 3rd time, so I just left it. But we would fill it up with 18 homes. The lot will hold 20 to 24 homes according to the engineer's plans the first time we bought the lot. We're only going to put 18 in it, either new units, refurbished units, ones we buy and fix up, or we would rent out a pad. These are beautiful new units. These are duplex mobile homes that we just found. We love them. Obviously, those would rent out for a little higher, but somebody could rent the pad, but again, they can't bring in any home that does not fit our specifications. So it has to be so many years or newer to fit into ours. Just an example of some of the decks. Kylie's father builds decks for us, and so he would come in and do the decks so everything looks uniform and standard. Phase 3 is the beautification process, the asphalt driveway. We would like picnic areas, decks, landscaping, sidewalks, carports. This is an AI-generated, my daughter did this for us, of kind of what it would look like when you pull into our park. So we had that laid out. We would like things like this in various spots of the park. We don't want this to just be a mobile home park. We really want it to be a community. There are a lot of mobile home parks getting a resurgence now, especially if you look in California or Arizona. It's become a thing because people can't afford to buy a new home. They can't afford to rent sometimes a home, but mobile homes are an affordable option for them. These are just some pictures I pulled up of kind of the decks that we would have on ours and the overhangs. And phase 4 is to put a community building, probably on that far side, just to where they could have dinners with their family, things like that. Kylie has the proposal that she's going to hand to all of you guys. I know you can't look through it tonight, but it just has some of the things we hear. I can leave a rental contract with you too. We do that. We would provide all the mowing, and we also want to do little things like if it's elderly, we would have worked into where somebody would come and clean their house for them, or we would have like buses, shuttles come around, pick them up and take them to Walmart, where where we have things for elderly that make it real feasible for them to live there and make it. Thanks, Jared. As far as the city, so that's kind of what's in it for us. As far as what's in it for you guys is more tax revenue brought in, more utility revenue brought in, because all of these renters will be paying their water and their sewer and their electric. More people in your community to work in your businesses, to shop in local businesses. So this is kind of a pilot for us. I have looked into buying property in Washington. I've just recently got married and moved there. Kylie still lives here. Her and Legend still live in this area. So once we get it up and going, Kylie is going to property manage that one. But this is going to kind of be our pilot. And then if this one goes well, which I think it will, we would like to open up mobile home parks in various areas. Licking, Newburgh, Rolla has a lot. And they're okay. Ours is going to be better. Any questions?
I have one.
Sure.
You have a 4-phase plan.
Yes.
What triggers the next phase from phase 1 to phase 2 to phase 3?
Well, our first plan is to get 8 homes in there. So as soon as we can get 8 homes, we already have the bank approved to give us the money to get 8 homes. We don't know if we want to get all 8 new ones. We would like to get 2 new ones in there right now, see how easy we can rent those out at what we have to rent them out for with the loan payment and, because we have a payment on everything. So we honestly I like some of the used homes better for a couple reasons. I've been talking to mobile home park managers all over the state of Missouri. The older ones, a lot of them are made a little bit better. Some of the new ones, when you try to move them, they just fall apart. You've rehabbed some mobile homes, and we like to rehab. We like to take something that we can buy for $15,000, spend $6,000 to move it here, maybe throw another $10,000 in it. We can rent it for less, but we can make it look beautiful. And some of the newer ones, they're pretty. Don't get me wrong, they're nice, but the basic ones they're basic. And we know that if we have something that looks more special, we'll get better clientele in there. So that's, to kind of answer your question, we would want to get 8 combination of new and used. Now, if we have somebody approached me the other day, they want to move their mobile home into our park when we get it going, and I said, well, it has to be approved. Well, theirs is a 2022 double wide. So obviously, I would love to have new ones in there like that. We don't want anything too old, so we will not buy anything that's too old unless it's in amazing shape. We work with the Amish out of Licking to do all of our roofs and stuff like that, so a lot of ours have new metal roofs. So that's the first phase, is get those 8 in there. I'd like to get those 8 in there within a year.
Okay.
And then phase 2 would be, then we would have more cash flow coming in from those 8.
Okay.
To do more and more. We've had this park for 5.5 years. Honestly, we got it at a pretty good deal. Otherwise, we would have jumped on it sooner, but it really wasn't costing us a whole lot. So our overhead costs, our holding costs aren't that great on it. So we can put a little bit more into the homes, and we can rent them for a little bit less because we're not buying a lot for $2 million.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions?
Is there a reason why you did not buy or purchase through a mobile home dealer in Salem?
We did. We went and talked with Kurt, I believe, here in Salem. We got a better deal, and we got different options. We got a lot of bigger variety of homes. Kurt's really nice. Not to say we wouldn't buy from Kurt in the future, because we might. We want to leave those options open. But honestly, we really like taking the used ones and making them just adorable, painting the outsides and doing that. That's what we love to do, is flip.
And my other question to you is that you said that the Amish are going to be doing a lot of the work. Is there any reason why you're not using Salem contractors?
We would love to use Salem contractors, and I have used some. We used some with our last house, Warfel. All the Amish typically do is they will put roofs on for us. They build pole barns and chicken houses and stuff like that. So we have local people I've hired several people from here to do all the plumbing, the electrical work, the sheetrock, Yeah, we have a whole list of people around Salem that we've used a lot. So we are actually looking at another house here in Salem on Thursday to flip. So, honestly, up in Washington, I can't find homes. They're all taken, and if one comes on the market, it sells in a day. And Rolla's a little tough too. The market's a little higher. I was just looking on Zillow the other day, and there are a lot of homes in Salem. And we would like to buy some of those homes, have our crew or, other people that we find here in Salem to go in, fix those homes up, and then we flip those homes or rent those homes. So it's not, we don't just want to do a mobile home park here. To us, Salem has been really good. Sally has worked so well with us, and utilities, they've been really, really good. And I know sometimes all you hear is the bad stuff. I've done community stuff and been on council meetings. I was a teacher for 24 years, and you always hear the negative and you never hear the good. And we have been very impressed with Salem. Jared's been awesome. The utility office, you guys have just been really great to us. So we would like to continue to do more in Salem.
Thank you.
Anything else? Okay. Thank you
Anything
guys
else?
for listening.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Well, at this time, do I have a motion? The mobile home park license.
I make a motion to approve the mobile home park on, or would be licensed on Center Street? Center and
Warfel.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, this time I'll call for the vote. Alderman Letchworth,
Yes.
Alderman Kinsey,
Yes.
Alderman Whalen,
Yes.
and Alderwoman Dent.
Yes.
All right. Now the fun stuff. Let's go through bids. First up would be the paint sprayer for the street department. Your time to shine, Brent.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Requesting to purchase a new paint striper. The current one we have is over 20 years old. That I can remember for sure, we've rebuilt it at least 3 times. It comes kind of a point in time where you can only rebuild so many times. Anyway, the funds would come out of cap improvement. $6,600 was budgeted. The cheapest bid and the best bid I could come up with, which we've dealt with this company for 30-plus years out of Springfield. Sasco, their bid is $5,999. And for me, they're the preferred bid. There was 2 other bids. One was $6,579. And another one from Granger was $7,892.93. So my request is to purchase from Sasco. Have any
Now
questions?
open it up for questions.
Nope.
All right.
I'm good.
Do we have a motion?
I make a motion to approve the bid for the paint sprayer for the street department.
I second the motion.
I'll call for the vote. Alderman Whalen,
Yes.
Alderwoman Dent,
Yes.
Alderman Letchworth,
Yes.
and Alderman Kinsey.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Brent.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Next up is streetlight purchase approval.
Okay. Let me dig that out. Well, I'll just read off here. So this request is to purchase 75 LED luminaire dusted on streetlights for the amount of $9,881.25 while supplies last. Sometimes you get into the season or into the year and you have a hard time finding these lights in bulk. So this should get the electric department through until spring, replacing old inoperative street lights. At that time, towards the end of the budget year, they would go ahead and make another purchase if need be. The electric department lead, Donnie Moore Jr., obtained 3 separate bids from vendors and found Fletcher Reinhardt Company offered a comparable product at the lowest price with the smallest lead time. So we're looking at the 9881 gets us 75 lights, And I believe the lead time was 1 month out. Cost savings, these lights provide us a cost savings over the incandescent bulbs that are still out there that we're replacing as we move across the city. This will come out of the electric department's streetlight fund. And like I said, there'll be some money left over so that they could move on and buy some down the road. If you scroll down a little bit, are my bids in there? These were, so there's, basically they came to 131 a piece, I believe, was the lower end that Fletcher offered them for, so.
Sorry.
Yeah, 130D.
Yeah, thanks, Sally. Yeah, there you go. Fletcher came in at,
131.75.
yeah, 131.75. So, and our guys have really been kicking it in the tail and getting out and replacing lights. The last batch was as you're coming in Highway 19 there by the coming in near the wastewater treatment plant. You come in by the little park there, and they've lit all that up. So there's some folks that are probably concerned about that power pole out on 19 there, right by the bridge that's leaning. We're working with a vendor also to get bids on replacing that. We're going to get some help with that one. So. But anyway, back to the lights, 131.75, and we would just recommend your approval of that purchase so we can keep keeping on. So,
Yeah, the guys have been doing a really great job in getting those streetlights put up.
thank you.
I got a list for them too, so.
Roger that.
All right. This time, do I have a motion for the streetlight purchase?
I move that we approve the purchase of the streetlights.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Call for the vote. Alderwoman Dent.
Yes.
Alderman Kinsey.
Yes.
Alderman Letchworth.
Yes.
And Alderman Whalen.
Yes.
Thank you, Steve. All right. Next up is water and wastewater sworn purchase.
Transformer bid?
Oh, I was just gonna go back, but okay. Transformer bid.
Sorry.
Okay.
Keeping me on track, sorry.
Good stuff. So we have the Doss Road cell tower project coming on hot. The contractors are in town wanting to get started. Our electric department lead, Donnie Moore Jr., had attempted to attain 3 separate bids from vendors and only received 1 bid from Sunbelt Solomon for the amount of $6,195 for a single-phase pad mount 100 kVA transformer for this project. So we were hoping to go ahead and move on that. Despite his efforts to get the bids, he only got the 1. We're just asking that you approve this purchase so we can get on with this project. So,
Any questions?
I have none at this time.
No.
All right, do I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve the transformer bid approval.
Do I have a second?
I second the motion.
I'll call for the vote. Alderman Whalen.
Yes.
Alderwoman Dent.
Yes.
Alderman Letchworth.
Yes.
Alderman Kinsey.
Yes.
All right, now we'll do the water and wastewater sworn purchase.
okay, so when I first started, we talked a lot about the different safety aspects of what goes on in the city here. And one of the things that our crews had brought up is the lack of our old shoring equipment had been left out and weathered, and over time it had been rebuilt once, and it still had some issues with the pistons and stuff to pressure shoring up against the walls of your trench. So this request is for approval to purchase shoring equipment or / trench box for the water and wastewater departments to utilize for safety reasons. In the past 2 months, we've rented equipment, shoring equipment, to get down into a 14-foot trench and make sure those guys were safe while they were working over off of Kaufman. And the problem with that is we could continue to rent, but if we have an emergency with a main that's in deep and we get anywhere deeper than 5 feet, OSHA mandates that we have shoring or trenching, or we bench back the trench, which means just cutting back, and you tear up more street that way. So we'd like to purchase this shoring equipment so they can conduct repairs that require it. And basically, Josh Hunt went out and got bids. Three quotes were attained, and he found the quote from Luby Shoring Services in the amount of $9,347. Had the most desirable package, if you will. There was one bid that was a little bit cheaper, but it did not have all the equipment that we needed to make sure that the guys were safe and that they could adequately do the job. So what we're asking is for approval of the amount of $9,347 so that equipment can be delivered to us in three to 4 weeks. So if we have an incident come up, we will have to most likely rent a box, but we've been doing good so far, so.
All right. Any questions?
No.
Do I have a motion?
I move that we approve the bid from Luby Shoring Services.
Do I have a second?
I second the motion.
I will call for the vote. Alderwoman Dent.
Yes.
Alderman Whalen.
Yes.
Alderman Kinsey.
Yes.
And Alderman Letchworth.
Yes.
All right. And last but not least, the new HP Elite Mini 800 desktop.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
Good evening. So the majority of the city's computers we use daily are set up with Windows 10 operating system. Microsoft will end support for Microsoft Windows 10 in October. After this date, Microsoft will no longer provide security updates or technical support for the operating system. Continuing to use unsupported systems will pose significant cybersecurity risks. So based on the recommendations from Craig Technologies, we propose purchasing 15 HP Elite desktop computers. HP is a member of the State of Missouri Cooperative Purchase Program. This is a program where the state of Missouri negotiates bulk purchase contracts with vendors rather than having to go through our own lengthy bid process. This first round of purchases will include computers for the admin office as well as all off-site offices except for the police department. These desktops come with a 3-year warranty. We have $35,000 budgeted for these computer upgrades. The first round of purchases will cost $13,275. So staff request the approval to purchase these 15 HP laptops, or not laptops, but desktops.
Desktop.
Yes.
What was the total number again?
There would be 15.
15, and we're buying how many the first round?
15. I don't know total
Yeah, 50.
for the
Yeah,
whole.
we will still have the police department,
Right.
but their needs are going to be a little different than those of
Okay.
us in the main building.
Right.
So we'll still have the police department. We will still need to purchase laptops for those who need them. And there will be some of the monitors, these newer desktop units, we can buy adapters for some of them, but Carrie would love, I'm sure, to have a new monitor. Hers is going out on her. So, like I said, this round is just 15 desktop units.
Okay,
So, but we will have more to come.
all right, good.
Yeah, but this should cover everyone except PD with at least the basic desktops.
Good.
Any other questions?
I have none.
Okay, thank you.
Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve the quote for 15 HP desktops in the amount of $13,275.
Do I have a second?
I'll second the motion.
I will call for the vote. Alderman Kinsey.
Yes.
Alderman Whalen.
Yes.
Alderman Letchworth.
Yes.
Alderman Dent.
Yes.
All right. Next up is reports of city officials, boards, and committees. Ms. Burbridge, you're up first.
Okay, so I do have 2 or 3 items this evening. First one, quick reminder, I mentioned last meeting, we do have a Leading Your Water Utility Workshop coming up August 26th, 11 to 1:30. Lunch will be provided. Just a quick note, while the public can attend, it's not a public participatory kind of event. But the board's invited, the utility committee will be invited, water utility staff are invited. I would like to close the utility office so that our utility staff can attend this meeting also, since they deal with the water utility and the billing, because I like for them to have a better understanding. And so I would like to request that. But again, that is August 26th. It's from 11 to 1:30. And as far as, any concerns about impact to customers, so the 27th, the next day, would be the last day to pay before disconnects. But again, we would just be asking to close just for that hour and a half for that workshop. Okay. Then, as a follow-up to our workshop that we had just immediately prior to this meeting, I guess I'd like for y'all to kind of look at calendars and see when you would like to revisit the vacant buildings piece. I don't know if you would like to do it at the next Alderman meeting, or how far out you would like to kind of look at this.
As soon as we can.
I'd say so, yeah.
Do you want to try for the next meeting? Do you want to do a 5:30 again?
Right,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay, all right.
It is with the East Ward Alderman.
I'm sorry? Yeah, they're all nodding their heads, so, okay. We will get that scheduled then. All right. One last item I want to bring up. So, I feel like this topic we've discussed a lot over the last year and a half. Storm sirens, okay? So we thought we had documents ready to go for you all's approval for the mayor to sign for this evening, so that we could get that, we were invited to apply for the SEMA grant, okay? So that we could get that application in. And then last week, while I was out, we got an email from SEMA, and I believe Chief spoke with Heidi from SEMA. So I know we will not be shocked by this, but they did not get the amount of funding for that grant program that they were hoping they were going to get. So they are asking us if we would cut back our request. Now, if you remember, we had requested 2 sirens. Now, granted, that was kind of the ballpark. We still had to go out for bids. We put bids out, and then we ended up rejecting those so that we could apply for this grant.
Right.
Okay. So SEMA is asking us if we could cut back that basically in half. And then that way they could potentially fund us for half of that. As I was pulling up the documentation earlier today, here's my concern. So that could be, and I know Chief was kind of working to look at costs, see if there's a way we could do with one. I don't know if you guys remember, we had initially spec'd out 2 of a different type of siren with their circular coverage areas to cover the whole town. They covered a little extra, but it was to cover the entire community. Concerns with one, then we're going to have to keep some of our old ones online to help cover the entire community. So that's one. The other concern is time frame. And so I put this out to you all just to kind of get your feedback. So let's say we go ahead and we move forward with this grant at a reduced amount. We get this application in within the next couple of months, okay? Then once SEMA reviews it, they forward it to FEMA. FEMA can take 4 to 6 months for their review, okay? So we're looking at March or April for approval. Then we'd have to go out for bid. So that means we've already missed another storm season. So I guess I'm just kind of looking for some direction for you all. Do we want to go ahead, adjust our numbers, and apply for half the grant we were originally looking for? What do you all want to do?
Just trying to remember what the numbers were. For 2 of them, it was roughly 100,000.
Yeah.
That's what the grant was looking like was going to cover.
Yes. Ballpark. I mean, so initially we had 2 different grants we were applying for. We have received official word that the CDBG grant we had applied for, we've been denied. So we got that just a couple weeks ago. But we knew we had this SEMA one that we were working on. So one of the grants was about 100,000, the other one was, I want to say 120, 130,000, but it included demolition of all of the pre-existing sirens also, because it required an in-kind. So we bumped up that removal of the old ones to be that match. But we're looking, I mean, just ballpark 100,000.
So if we move forward with seeing if we could cover that cost, could we be reimbursed then come next year through half of that? So say if we could afford, because the storm sirens really are a need. I'm just
Right.
trying to look for a,
So normally the grants won't work on a reimbursement.
okay.
So we either wait to see if we're awarded and then move forward with a purchase.
That's a big weight.
Or it is, and that's why I'm putting it to you all.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It's too long.
What's that, too long?
Yep.
Do you want us to put pencil to paper, so to speak, and see what alternatives we might be able to come up with?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay,
I think interest is public safety. We need to do
right.
that.
And that's why I'm bringing this up,
Yes,
instead of
yeah,
just going down that path. So, okay, we will do that, and we'll bring numbers to you at the next meeting,
Okay.
Thank you.
okay? That is all that I have for this evening.
Thank you. Now on to my report, which is very lengthy. Back in July 29th, MML, the Missouri Municipal League, they hosted a Zoom meeting for just mayors alone. And I'd say roughly there's probably about 70 of us. They plan to try to hold one of these meetings with mayors at least every 5 weeks. We got a lot to talk about. So they proposed that gather in small groups of mayors to meet on Wednesdays in Jeff City to get a chance to strengthen our goals with state officials and help them understand our needs as like small town cities. There was a lot of conversations about the Missouri Senate Bill 3, and it revolves around property taxes. A lot of cities, there's a lot of concerns, and a lot of, not just concerns, a lot of questions of how they plan to initiate some of that. It involves personal property tax freezes for, elderly citizens, and then it also involves assessed property value for those who are paying personal property taxes now. So just to keep in mind that everybody always asks that question about where does your taxes go? Public safety is one, our schools it affects, and infrastructure, our hospital. So yeah, we're hopefully on the Senate and the governor's side that maybe they can define a little bit more about what they intend to do for the loss of revenue that they do with property tax freezes, and then how it affects the people that are having those high assessed property values. Hopefully that gives me a chance to meet with them to help them understand a little bit better of our needs here in Salem. I did address the fact of my concerns about the EPA increasing their rules and regulations regarding our wastewater treatment and their new stipulations of how much that costs in the long run to small communities that are not located, Salem's not located near 44, so we don't get those type of tax revenues, from tourism. Moving right along, I'll keep everyone updated, if anything, if I get a chance to speak with some of our Missouri State Senators and such. But next item up we have is the American Red Cross is doing a blood drive Wednesday, August the 13th at New Harmony Church from 1:30 to 5:30 in the main gym. If you have any questions, please call 1-800-733-2767 or visit redcrossblood.org and enter New Harmony Church to schedule an appointment. Another reminder, we got the 11th annual rodeo coming up. They're still accepting vendors. It'll be on Saturday and Sunday, starting August the 30th and going through the 31st at the Dane County Commons. Gates will open at 5:30, and the rodeo starts at 7. Also, we have Healthy Dane County coming up, their Girls Night Out, Thursday, September the 11th. from 4:30 to 7:30. It's located at the Salem Community Center at the Armory, 1200 West Rowell Road. $5 admission. It includes food samples, giveaway, door prizes, vendor demos. Admission is limited to all women and girls 12 years of age or older. For any additional information, please call 573-729-8163 or email Jackie at thesalemcommunitycenter.org. And last plug will be for our upcoming recycling event. Kind of excited a little bit about this one. We'll be accepting electronic appliances, tires, and media storage. We have it posted on our Facebook page, I believe. Starts tomorrow?
Yep.
And then they're passing out flyers. They'll be doing a lot of advertisement. And it's going to be held Saturday, September the 13th from 9 to 12 p.m. At the Salem Southwest Construction Parking Lot, as they have it labeled. It will be the city building located at the corner of 3rd and Grand, West 3rd. Hopefully everybody gets to come out that Saturday and put me and our new economic development lady and our public works director a little bit of work. Sorry, Steve. And before I finish tonight, just a reminder, school starts up next week, Wednesday, August 20th. And just a safety reminder for everyone to please start taking a little bit of caution. Those school buses are going to be out, children are going to be out. Let's make sure that they get to and from school safely. Other than that, that's all I have for tonight. Pretty long list though, right? All right, next up, it's your turn to shine. Mr. Steve Payne, come on up. Let's hear what's going on from Public Works.
Am I on? Okay. Keep this relatively short. Wastewater treatment plant, I always like to say our daily testing continues. The plant's healthy. The fence replacement project and Phase 2A work that's being conducted out there is going well. So the water department's repaired several leaks across town. There is one that's been identified on 19 by West 7th. And we are waiting on a permit from MoDOT to start work on that one because when we're on MoDOT's highway, they like to have give their permission for us to work on stuff. So the electric department, our line trimming crew knocked out a very thick problematic patch in the backyards off of East Ellis between South Cardy and South Warfel. They're starting to get into some of these easements that are lesser known easements where people may have built fences and encroached on those easements. So we're trying to get in there and knock down problems that we've had in the past with trees knocking the power out. They actually, in that easement, they found a pole that's about to kick over, so they're going to replace that. They found the same thing. They found one that was pretty rotted up on Bryan Street, off of Bryan Street in their easement. So the guys are doing a really good job of getting in there and getting stuff fixed up so that we have less power outages. So Forester tree trimming, it will be fine tuning some spots on our feeder lines. We went through and reviewed what they've done, and they've done a great job. We just want them to tighten it up a little bit. Anything that's up and above obviously has to be trimmed as best it can be. So let's see, we've continued street light repairs and replacement, as I stated earlier. Construction crews working on the latter half of West Bergman, the curb and gutter project over there for homes that were taking on stormwater. The next projects for our construction crew are a FEMA mitigation project at the wastewater treatment plant to flooding mitigation, and then a safety-related project at the Healthy Dent County Fitness Center. Anybody that's drove around the fitness center over there knows when you come around to the what would that be, the west side of the building, and cars are parked at an angle. A lot of times it's hard to get a car through there, much less an ambulance. So we're going to do some curb and gutter work over there and change the parking up a little bit and make it more safe for ambulances to get through. Street departments keeping the cemetery in good condition. They've been staying busy out there helping out. Continued pavement patches citywide, mowing citywide. Street painting projects are going to be in the works with weather permitting, and our new paint machine will be super helpful. They maintain the yard waste area, as I've said before. A lot of folks don't know that exists, but the yard waste area, if you go out into the industrial park on Carnett Industrial Drive and come to the T and hook a left, there's a yard waste lot out there, and it gets used a lot. So a lot of brush, I think, even comes county-wide to that area, so those guys take care of it. We added new signage at our semi-tractor-trailer parking lot off of Babb Lane. If you're familiar with that, Sally's got me policing it and make sure it looks nice and neat out there. We have people that park random things there and leave it to die, so we put up signage that stated trucks aren't supposed to be there any longer. It's a truck parking lot, and then there's a 14-day time limit on it, so people that are storing things there, that's coming to an end. So I just want to put that information out there. The mechanics repaired and maintained multiple pieces of equipment citywide. John's on top of a lot of things that shut down for us, and he takes care of it. Keeping our city mowers in good shape and working on the indoor lights at the TCRC, at the Dent County Health Center over there. There's some lights that are out, and he's working through that. Cemetery crew, continued maintenance and mowing. And as always, I like to remind our citizens that call 729-4811, our admin office, for electric, water, sewer, or street issues to initiate a work order, basically. Complaints online or telling your friends that something's not right, that won't get it done. We need work orders and coming in and setting that up's the way to do it. So we're here to help. So does anybody have any questions?
Steve, is the curbing over off of South Jackson and Roosevelt there around the old Broadbent, is that completed?
The curbing that I was talking about on Bergman?
Yes.
Bergman, yeah.
They're in the final stretch on it. So basically, yeah, they've started at both ends there on H, and then they started over on Roosevelt, and they're coming and meeting there in the middle, just across from the logging yard, basically. Right. The guy that was taking on the most water he's kind of getting his curb last, but we didn't want to put curb in there first and then push all of that flood water onto his neighbors. So yeah, but they'll be doing some dirt work to patch that up. And I heard you just hear things and no, that wasn't needed. It was. Yeah. It was. I didn't. We don't go around and just. There are stormwater concerns. We're going to start mapping stormwater concerns across the city, so I can share that with you, and you can evaluate and decide what in the future here gets attention. Because if the continued tumultuous or your heavy rainstorms continue, we're going to have more and more of these problems. So, and I don't want to be the one to say, yes and no. I'll bring it to you, and we'll develop a plan and go from there. So I'll develop a plan, and you guys can say yea or nay. How about that? So,
Thank you, Steve.
thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Melissa's not here with us tonight, but I would like to thank her for them over there at Park and Rec for getting the pump up and running. Finish everyone's swimming lessons, and thank you, Josh Hunt. Steve's pointing at you. Way to go, buddy. All right. Stacy, I'll ask if you have anything from the financial side to report tonight. All right. Never hurts a check. Carrie, do you have anything you'd like to share with us?
Just a little, it won't be long. In your packet, you should have the report, and it's just kind of an outline of things that I have been doing, look forward to doing. And so just kind of to touch base with you and not to read that, but you can go through and read that. Just as you all are aware, that Sally has created many initiatives during her tenure in this department. So at this point, I am just trying to establish connection and based on the feedback that I'm receiving, trying to get ideas on if we need to revive some of those programs that she started, or if maybe we need to go back to the drawing board and, figure out something else and try something else that engages the community as a collective effort. Right now, I am building a list of contacts to establish those connections and to reach out and develop, I can share with them data insights and things like that I get from the sources like the Bureau of Labor to kind of give them an idea on commuter traffic and wage calculations and things like that so that they can know where they are in their business and what they need to offer or what they have to work, what their workforce consists of and what they can build from. I was invited to the grand reopening of the Scenic Rivers Industries. It was super cool. That tour was awesome, kind of circling back to what the mayor touched on with the special waste collection that's coming. I have the flyer right here. They're doing a bounce back campaign at the Scenic River Industries, and the tour that they led was so informative, and the passion that they have and the goals and the ambitions that they shared, I feel like they're almost the unsung heroes of recycling. I personally feel like that recycling is a powerful engine for economic development, reduce waste, encourages revenues, build jobs, and all of that, of course, is super beneficial to building and maintaining a sustainable business ecosystem. I'm systematically reaching out to our business community to establish communication and identify where we can help them and offer the most support. If you don't have any questions at this time, that's fine. You're welcome to develop your questions later and reach out to me. The mayor touched on Girls' Night Out. I do plan to have a booth there. We're going to play a game. We're going to engage attendees in a survey and kind of have City of Salem swag and some things like that just to kind of, network and identify ways that we can offer some support to our business owners, but also be a part of the community and start networking with our community members, not just our business owners.
Anyone have any questions? All right. Thank you, Carrie.
Thank you.
All right, now I've had a lengthy report about my board members. Alderman Letchworth.
I was just gonna say, I attended toured the wastewater treatment plant, and so that was really nice for me tonight, because as we were going through some of these things, I got to, I could look back and I remembered what I looked at there, and so that gave me good insight. So I thank staff just for taking the time out of their day to do that for me, because that was really nice. And I also attended the back to school bash on Saturday. Seeing so many from the community come together and provide kids with free backpacks and shoes and school supplies, and just a carnival-like experience there. It was a lot of fun, and so if you've never been to something like that, I encourage you guys to try to go next year if they host it. But it was good. I got to see all kinds of people from the community there and talk to them, so that was really nice. But anyway, that's what I have.
All right. Nice. Alderman Kinsey?
You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Nothing to report at this time.
Wow, we're overachievers. All right. Alderman Whalen?
No report tonight.
Alderwoman Dent?
No report.
Can I add something?
City Administrator Burbridge, you have a report.
Again.
But Alderman Letchworth mentioned the tour of the wastewater treatment plant. And so we need dates and times that work for you guys. I mean, we can throw stuff out, but if there's certain dates that do or don't work, we need to know what those are. I do think it's important. We're going to have a lot of I'm sure there will be more change orders coming up as we actually start ramping up construction on our treatment facility. And so I do think it's important that you guys have that opportunity to tour the facility. Thank you, Josh, for being willing to set those up and do those tours. He's very knowledgeable about the process and all of the systems we have there. And so, like I said, I just do really encourage you, and if you can get dates and times to us, just please let us know.
If we can, I responded to that email and I said
Gotcha.
that we probably needed some advance notice.
Right.
Other than what we got, so I'd be glad to come.
So,
We
week in
have like
advance.
5 tours to sponge half of the knowledge that Josh over there bestows on all of us. That's a lot to absorb.
Huh?
Anytime's good. though,
Anytime.
by the way.
Alderman Kinsey, do you need afternoons?
It would have to be towards the evening time.
Towards the evening time?
Yeah, so anytime after 1600, 4 o'clock.
Okay. So we have to call staff in as special overtime to kind of do that.
Let's not do that.
Okay,
Let me look at what my next day off is.
okay. Yeah, okay, let us know, okay, and we'll go from there.
I'll go on that.
Okay, and just so you guys know, the other thing I'm gonna do, and if we need to do a couple different times, apologies, Josh, close your ears. The other thing that I want to have happen, I mentioned I want our utility staff in the office to go to the water management workshop. I also want staff in the office to go on sewer tours. Again, because as we move forward through these projects for upgrades, those folks will be the first ones who get faced with a ton of questions. And while I don't expect them to be operator level after a tour, just I want them to have a better understanding of what goes on there. And so I'm going to be kind of splitting staff in half to go on a couple different tours also. So you guys may get to go with some staff, so, okay. Okay, that's what I had. Thank you, Mayor.
Anything else to report?
I don't think so. I'll think of it right after we close.
Okay, just that one last thing, all right? All right. Well, here we are at the end. Next item up, closed session for contracts and attorney-client privilege. Do I have a motion to go into closed session?
I move that we go into closed session.
Do I have a second?
I second. Sorry.
That close. All right. This time I'll call for the vote. Alderwoman Dent? Whatever. All right, John, you done?
No.
All right. Alderwoman Dent?
Yes.
Alderman Whalen?
Yes.
Alderman Letchworth?
Yes.
And Alderman Kinsey.
Yes.
Thank you all for attending tonight.